Do you know what's on this door? Some child from our church's handprint, of all things. Well, I would say I'm obsessive about window cleaning, and I've always been that way. I go on a trip, clean car windows, I just love clean windows. But there was a handprint, and I took a picture of it because I just wanted to show you a handprint. It's so fun when the children come over here. The first thing they do, and I'm going to show you what it is that they do because it's instinctive in children. So they came to the house, they ring the doorbell, I answer the door, and then the children come in. They kind of stay right here in the foyer for just a moment or two, and then they wander back through the house, living room, next to the kitchen, and guess what? You see there? That's a window. And they go right to that window, and then down below there's a little sill right there. And they stand on it, and you guessed it. Immediately, they put their hands against the glass, and they look outside. And they do that without even thinking of all the nerve. Do you know why they do that? That's the subject of this devotion. They do it because they're innocent and they have no knowledge of an adult having to clean those smudged up fingerprints that are left on the window when they leave. And they don't even think about it. They're just so tender and so innocent. They're going, ooh, look at the backyard. I want to go outside and play. Well, I was the kind of dad that when my children left fingerprints on glass, I used to feel compelled to constantly be cleaning the glass. And it's crazy, I know it is. I like just doing those kind of things, keeping a clean window. But now in my old age, it must come with being 70. I'm so different. Now when I see those precious little fingerprints on the glass, I don't clean them right away. I think of the child and its innocence and why those prints are there. Something that's on the other side that they enjoy looking at. It's kind of corny. It just comes with old age, but I think differently now. I love the innocence of children, and those fingerprints remind me of innocence. In fact, I'm going to do some editing here and edit in some scenes during this holiday Christmas season of children at the church singing, my grandchildren maybe opening a present or doing something, and I'm going to put them all together and kind of show you the innocence of children and looking at their faces and the preciousness that God has put in children. In just a moment, we're going to go into the church and we're going to record our youth who've been practicing for Christmas a song. But there's the joy and the innocence that comes from a child open before the Lord. In fact, the word innocence means clean hands in Hebrew. It means having a clean hand, a pure heart, and standing holy before the Lord, like Psalm 24 talks about. One of my favorite things to do is go to the park with my grandchildren and play with them on the equipment. I'll climb the ladders and slide down with them and swing and do all the things that those children like to do at the park. And I enjoy the innocence and the joy that they have. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to see children just enjoy life. They play, they laugh, it's as if they have no cares in the world. And I think when we as adults see that, we envy that. And I think, I'm almost guessing for every one of us, that when we take delight in that, deep inside we're thinking to ourselves, I wish I had that innocence. I feel like I've lost the innocence that I had as a child. And we have, in a sense, because we've brushed ourselves against this world, the flesh and the devil. Those things war against us. But the beautiful thing is if we go to Jesus and confess to Him our sorrows for our sins and ask Him to forgive us, not just once, but we can do this on a regular basis, confessing to Him. Once we've become Christians and received Him and have been forgiven, we do an onward cleansing by going to Him, and He restores that innocence. As far as God's concerned, it says that He sees us as innocent children. He desires us to be as children. He says, as far as the east is from the west, so He has removed our transgressions from us. So God is for us, not against us. And He sees us as innocent children. It's hard for us to imagine that, but that's the way He chooses to see us, because He sees Jesus in us, and He sees us covered by His sacrificial blood and atonement. And so I want you to take delight in the fact that, yes, when you're seeing children, picture yourself as God seeing you in that same light. He sees you as tender and innocent, and He loves you as you love those children. And that to me is a joy and a delight, and one of the blessings that come from being a born-again Christian and having received Christ. I leave you with these words to pause and ponder.